Moving forward.
Live proudly, boldly, and with peace of mind by advocating for your health with an early cancer screening. The LGBTQIA+ community is at higher risk of cancer, but screenings can detect cancer early when it's most treatable, giving you the power to live exactly as you are. Talk to your healthcare provider today. If you don't have insurance, talk to a nurse navigator to see if you qualify for free screenings.
Good morning, Wilmington. What's going on? I'm your main man, Big Eye, the talk of the town, Mr. DETV, Mr. Positivity. I'm here with my lovely co-host,
Vincenza, and good morning, Wilmington, and good morning, Ivan.
Good morning, Vincenza. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. I'm just surprised that we're going into a whole freaking new month again.
Yes,
Like
September's
it's
here.
not supposed to happen.
September's here. Fall is here.
Yeah.
I feel the transition in the season, the weather. I'm not ready for the summer to end, but it's ending.
Take this hot weather.
Oh, boy.
August was good. August was cool.
Yes.
And so I enjoyed it. And speaking of September, it's a lot of things that happened in August. At the end of August, I went to a couple things this weekend. And one of the things that I went to was the Burger Battle. And that was hosted by Julianne Cross.
Oh, yes,
so
the
shout out to
Burger Battle.
Julianne. That was freaking amazing. You ever been to the Burger Battle?
I've never attended the event, but it was. But I definitely heard it was a very successful event. I had a few customers that came into the restaurant, my restaurant V&M Bistro, after they had attended the event, and they said it was awesome. They had the opportunity to taste over 10 different burgers from 10 different locations and businesses, and they said it was so much fun. Great event. They had great weather. Can't ask for anything better.
I had like 5 burgers. Well, they don't give you burgers. So
no, it's like little sliders.
Little
right?
sliders, right? Little sliders. The burgers were, I think, it was freaking amazing. One of my best burgers that I had was Red Fin. You ever heard of a restaurant called Red Fin?
Yes.
Amazing burger. But Chelsea had the best vegan burger.
Chelsea Tavern?
Chelsea
Tavern. Isn't that? Wait, Chelsea Tavern's owned by Joe Van Horn.
Yeah.
He's been on the show before, so it doesn't surprise me that they had a very good product.
And I'm there, right? And I'm biting it. Do we have footage of that? I met Eugene. I saw Eugene there.
Eugene Young?
And we did a sample of Red Fin, and then I left there and went to Chelsea's. And Chelsea's, I'm always hitting Chelsea's table because they're like I think they won like three trophies or whatever.
Doesn't surprise me.
Their mushroom burger, Joe said, "Yo, Ivan, this mushroom burger is made of 38 different mushrooms, right?"
Wow.
And it was freaking amazing.
Wow.
But yeah,
wow.
But shout out to Julianne and her amazing organization. She had an idea about 11 years ago, 10 years ago. This was the 10th annual. They raised over $100,000 for the food bank. So shout out with that. And again, this shows how Delawareans, no matter what part of the fence or what part of the city or state that you're a part of, everyone plays a part in helping out people in need. So shout out to Julianne Cross and the amazing stuff that you are over there doing.
Yes. Lots of events happening throughout the weekend. Obviously, back to school events, plus back to school in general. But wait a minute, how's Maddie doing? Did she go back to school yet?
No, she goes tomorrow.
She's probably so excited. Book bag, ready to go.
Oh, girl, she's at the bus stop right now. I dropped her little butt off at the bus stop. Aww. You know, it was either that or tuck and roll. You know what I mean? But no, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, stuff. Like I got a text message from Eastside Charter, and I was like, oh my gosh. It's school. It's time for school. And Maddie's downstairs getting her hair washed ready, and I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on? So, but she's going to Apex, the honors program from Newcastle, Eastside Charter over at the Teen Warehouse, and I'm super excited about that.
Good.
anyway, I can talk about my baby forever.
I know, she's probably so excited. But speaking of back to school, I know that there were a few back to school giveaways. So there was one that was by Dream Come True Foundation of Delaware. It was Alex Hackett, right?
Yep.
Alex Hackett was able to donate over 350 book bags. Wow. It was partnered with the Wilmington Library and the Network Connect, and that was held yesterday. So that, you know, a shout out to Alex doing some amazing things, giving away book bags to the community. And I always think that's so important to give back, especially to the younger generation, because they are the future.
Every time you someone say that, the song by what's her name? Whitney pops in my head, right? And the way that my mind works, right? I'm singing it. We are the children of the future. Okay, you'll get the point. You'll get the point. But no, you're absolutely right. So shout out to Alex Hackett. And then we also had another book bag giveaway, and that was from the Ultimate, how do I pronounce that right? Ultimate Scholastic Solutions that gave away 3,000 book bags yesterday at the POW. Was it the POW Center? Wow. At the POW Center.
3,000.
3,000. Come on now.
3,000 children were impacted in a positive way. That is how you change the path of an individual, a young child. I really do believe, because now they feel confident. They have a brand new book bag. They feel confident. And yes, it maybe some people may look at it, oh, it's just a book bag.
It's just right.
But no, it's more than that.
The kids were happy. They were excited. I mean, shoot. And then we also after that, it was actually on Saturday was the Millie Cannon Summer Concert. Okay. And that was sponsored by, I believe, Councilwoman Xanthi Oliver. That was insane. So you had a bunch of groups there, and that was held at the Brown, Brown Winchester Park over on 26th and South 26th and Locust Street. I was going to say South Street, Jesus. And right. I love Philadelphia, but not as much as I love Delaware. But look, Pyramid Punch was out. Everyone was out there. Vendors were out. I just love the new energy of Wilmington. The new Wilmington. The new Wilmington. We coined that. So if you start seeing that floating around here, welcome to the new Wilmington. We coined that. That's what it is.
Good morning, Wilmington. And the mayor of Wilmington agreed with us.
Yeah, he did.
Mayor Mike Przicki agreed with us.
Yep, so any merch going on, I'm not going to keep my mouth shut because I got the ability to, as soon as I open my mouth, I start company. So I'm gonna keep that quiet. But that was great. Let's see, what else do we got?
So I have something to share with you. I did something a little different over the weekend.
What's that?
So obviously I worked, but on Sunday, which is my day off, the restaurant is closed, I traveled to Brooklyn, New York for the day.
What you do?
So I attended the Santa Rosalia Feast, which is also called the 18th Avenue Feast, held in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, New York.
Nice. How was it?
It was so much fun. Wow. It was just a little day trip, and I was able to. So the festival, the feast, they call it the feast, has been happening for over, decades, long time, and even before I was born. And the Saint Rosalia is the patron saint of Palermo, Italy. And the festival just brings an entire community together, not just Italians, but all different ethnicities. Wow. And I loved seeing that in another town, in another city, in another state. And it was just really neat to go experience that in Brooklyn, New York. But it was fun. Nice. I had a good sausage, peppers, and onion sandwich.
I'm going with you next year. I want to experience something like that.
It was fun. Yeah. I think you would love it. And I think you would appreciate too. Actually,
go ahead.
DETV should go and film.
We do a live episode from, how do you pronounce it?
Santa Rosalia.
Santa Rosalia.
You speak so well.
East side from Italy. East side of Italy, that's where I'm from.
Yes.
I love it.
So I wanted to share that with you because I did something different, and I thought it just was such a great eye-opener. But going back to what we do here in the state of Delaware, especially in the city of Wilmington, I am proud to be here.
Oh, God.
I am so proud of our state. I'm so proud of the city of Wilmington on how we host events, too. So it was nice to see a different side of things, but
the city's growing.
We do a lot here.
And there's amazing organizations here that are doing stuff. It's people on grassroots level that are doing things. If you think of it, I think of it as the body, right? Every part of the body has a significant role to play, and it makes up this big thing, right? And that's exactly what's going on with Delaware right now, and in Wilmington, is that it's growing. And if you're not a part of the growth, I don't know what to tell you. You suck. You know what I mean?
No, sign up.
You sign.
Sign up. Tell them to sign up.
No, because yes,
join it.
Sign up and join it.
Right.
If you're not a part, join an organization, do something, but you just can't be stagnant. All right.
No.
Did you know? Or did we have a new segment called "Did You Know"?
Well,
right?
if you didn't know.
I screwed that one up. Okay.
It's all right. It's new. It's different. Something, something just to talk about some hot topics, but whether they're good or bad, just what's happening. And unfortunately, we do want to say that an iconic host in our industry of hosting television has passed away.
Yeah.
A legend, Bob Barker.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, definitely has set the standards very high, and the consistency of television and hosting. So our condolences to his family, but that was definitely a loss for the TV world.
And did you know that he had multiple Emmy Awards?
Multiple, yeah.
He was the man.
He was consistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was definitely consistent.
Yeah.
But he set the bar very high.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He definitely set the bar very high. Another topic, I think I can touch on this one.
Go ahead.
So, up-tipping, elevating service industry gratuity. Up-tipping, a growing trend in the service industry, goes beyond standard tipping by allowing customers to express extra appreciation for exceptional service.
Now, I'm not going to ask you, do you tip? Because I know you
Yes,
do.
oh my
But a
God,
lot
absolutely.
of people, like tipping and up-tipping are two different things. Can you explain?
Well, I can only speak on, being that I'm third generation in the restaurant industry, I can speak on just the restaurant industry. Other different occupations, other industries, not so much, but specifically the restaurant industry, I will say this. Tipping is extremely important.
Yes.
When
Tell them
you
why.
are provided a service in the restaurant industry or hospitality industry, it is imperative that you tip, because that is their livelihood.
That's it.
Now keep that in mind. Now if you're not sure on how to tip, I always say start with 20% and up. Don't even bother going lower than 20.
I know.
Do not even bother, because things are different nowadays. And I always feel that you don't know that person's situation. So maybe if you did not get the best service, or maybe service up to your expectation, always leave a tip.
But
because that's really important. Just don't go back.
You know what? There's a whole thing, and and this is my belief, right? I believe in tipping because, as being in the African American, the black population, we walk into a restaurant, people automatically think that we don't tip, right? But like, if I go and the service is good, I'm going to tip. And I'm gonna tip that you're gonna remember next time I walk through that door, right? And that's how it goes. Like you said, it's their livelihood, right? You don't tip, they're like, look, I'm busting my butt, I'm running back and forth like the tables for $1.50. Like, this is not 1930.
Now, this specific topic is talking about up tipping. Now, just to clarify, because it seems to be a trend that's happening. I have not seen it personally, but if it is something that's happening, I'm curious to see how people are responding to it. I haven't met anyone that's been experiencing it yet. But I just know that up tipping can't hurt. I don't think it'll hurt an industry worker.
Up tipping, is that when like they're forced that thing in your face and like 20%, 30%?
So that's okay. So yes, you're right. Okay, so let's talk about that. So have you ever been to a coffee shop or a fast service establishment and you don't speak to anyone? You go to the kiosk, you order your, let's say coffee. I'll just say coffee to be, just an example. And you pay with your credit card, and it asks you for a tip. Some people feel, this is a topic maybe for another show, that some people feel uncomfortable, or they're like, oh, am I being forced to tip? Am I supposed to tip? I didn't talk to anybody. There was no service provided. It was just me and a piece and a device, a piece of technology. So that's something that also is trending, and that's another topic from up tipping. So that's two separate topics.
Okay, I got one for you. When you go to a restaurant and they charge you gratuity on 3 people, 2 people, it is like 20%. That's a whole nother topic.
Yes.
We're going to come back with that story.
I think we need a whole show.
We need a whole show for that.
It. But again, just talking about tipping in general. Please make sure that if you are going to a restaurant, make sure you leave 20% tip if you are being served with a server in front of you I think that's really important. I don't recommend ever leaving a zero.
I agree.
I really think it's important, just because I live and I breathe it every single day, and this is an individual's livelihood, so it's important.
And shoot, and why are we talking about zeros? Let's talk about those 3 zeros behind that 5 that has people, that the layoffs that T-Mobile has.
Yeah, so T-Mobile on Thursday announced its plans to lay off 5,000 employees and around 7% of its total staff over the next 5 weeks.
Wow.
So they said that the reductions will largely affect corporate and back office jobs that are primary duplicative to the other roles, and will reduce the company's middle management. So they're saying it doesn't affect the retail side of things, like the consumer care staff that you go into the store and speak with. It doesn't affect them. It's more so the back end of things, but that's still 5,000 jobs.
That's 5,000 jobs. That's 10,000. You're doing on a minimum 10,000 people. Right.
Well,
families that are affected.
I will say this, the restaurant industry is hiring. So they're not laying off anybody.
Right, being a bistro's hiring.
Restaurant industry, hospitality industry is always looking for additional help and support. So if you're looking for a job, definitely check out whether it's the Delaware Restaurant Association or the National Restaurant Association for those opportunities, because they're always offering employment.
Yeah, and even go to DE.gov. I know there's 2,000 jobs available within the state of Delaware within government. So with that, and speaking of jobs and entertainment, I know we didn't say anything about entertainment. We have Mia Mendez, our amazing entertainment journalist, correspondent, showbiz lady. What's happening, Mia?
Hi, Mia.
I'm well.
Wonderful.
It's so glad to see you. It's like, remember I told you when I first started, Mia was was the person that I had to mic up, and I didn't know how to mic her up. Tim was like, I walk in, he's like, yo, mic her up. And I'm like, bro, that's Mia Mendez from the radio. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. How you been?
I've been great. Life is good. Thank you for having me today.
Thanks for coming. So, look, I'll tell you what. You go ahead in it. Tell us what's going on in the entertainment world.
Absolutely. I'm still on those cheeseburgers, though.
I got you.
No, definitely. So what's been happening? As you know, Keke Palmer has been all over the news lately with stuff that was happening in Vegas that apparently didn't stay in Vegas, because we all know about it. But this weekend, she did celebrate her 30th birthday. So happy belated birthday to Keke Palmer. She did so by basically posting a bunch of sexy pics online, because, of course, everyone is saying ever since this post-baby body, she has really come into her own, and she's enjoying showing off her new bod and all that good stuff. But the thing that had everyone really shocked is because basically, as you know, everything that happened in Vegas when she went to the Usher show, that went viral. Her son's father, they have a 6-year-old baby together, Darius, he tweeted his basic disapproval of the behavior in Vegas. And then about 2 weeks ago, it was basically confirmed online that they had split up. They had all these issues since then, and they split up. But on her birthday, Darius went on his IG Live, and he went online and he posted basically her birthday dinner. They were together on her birthday. So then that became a thing, and it looks like they're working it out and they're back together. And they pointed out that basically Keke was saying that he's just obsessed with Virgos because his mother, his cousin, his best friend, and of course, Keke is a Virgo. So she said, listen, stop fronting. This Virgo got you hooked. And that's what it is. I love it. But I feel like...
And the birthday photos?
I did. Listen, she is loving her body, and I'm not mad at her. I mean, you know, I wouldn't do it, but that's Keke. Keke, her personality is over the top. She's extremely talented, and it's who she is. Right. She's enjoying life.
For me, with Keke Palmer, it's her confidence that she just radiates. I love it. I feel that she doesn't care what anyone thinks. She's living her life to the fullest, and so confidently. That's something that I admire. I don't even know her, but I admire that in a woman, a mother. I mean, 30 years old, living her life the fullest, but also I love that she speaks her mind and she doesn't hold back too. She's not afraid. She is not afraid, so you need that.
But
that's
my double entendre. But, right? We can look. When my birthday come around, I'm going to
Is
get.
Is your birthday coming around?
My birthday is coming around soon.
When's your birthday?
It's September 4th, Labor Day. Right.
You gonna get some IG pics?
That's coming up.
Yes, coming up.
Happy early birthday.
Right. And I'm gonna get my age tanned on my buttocks. So I don't want to, everything y'all saying about Keke Palmer, I want y'all to say about Ivan Thomas. All right.
Okay.
Look, I'm gonna get an IT and 40 something on my butt. Right.
No, what will Bernice say?
Bernice is called. Look, Mia talking about don't do it.
Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Mia. We have to be a positive influence over here.
Oh,
slow down, Ivan.
You got anything else over there, Mia, for us?
Absolutely. So next up, Shakira. So of course, Miss Hips Don't Lie. If you remember, about a year ago, she split from her partner that they had been together for a long time, about a decade, and they split up. So that relationship ended. She moved to Miami. So now rumors are circulating, and this one kind of shocked me. The rumors are circulating that she is now dating Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler. Listen, they were spotted in London together having dinner. Now they showed up separately, and they left separately minutes apart. However, Jimmy Butler's security walked her out. So they've been seen together a couple of times. It looks like they're trying to be discreet. And hey, I'm not mad at her.
Me either.
It just looks like, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all.
Look at
your face. Look at your face.
I wouldn't expected that combination, but hey, I mean, that's Shakira.
Yeah.
Shakira. Yeah.
Another woman that lives life to the fullest, clearly.
You never lied. You never lied. What else you got?
Yes, definitely. So speaking of, Shakira, the hips, speaking of hips, Kevin Hart apparently, hip, abdomen, and everything else lied to him. He decided to race a 40-yard dash. This was basically in a parking lot. Like, picture when you were in school around 16 years old, you're with your friends and y'all want to race for whatever reason. He decided to look at this video. So it cuts off. The video cuts off, but in that moment, like literally something popped, right? So he's racing his friend, Stephen Ridley, which is former NFL player, right? So he decides to race someone who, spent his life doing this. And not to say Kev isn't fit, because everyone knows he has a really good workout regimen and everything, but obviously he didn't stretch in this situation. He basically tore his lower abdomen and his abductors. And in the video that he posted on IG, he said that he didn't even know what abductors were, right? So here I go, neither do I. So I Googled. And basically the abductors it's like that muscle right behind your hip, like the back of you. So he tore that as well. If you go online, you see the video of him. He is now, no lie, in a wheelchair.
Wow.
Yes, he cannot walk. And apparently it's going to take about 6 to 8 weeks for him to recover. This is wild to me. So, and it's wild to him. Like, when you listen to the video, he's even talking about, like, he's got to be the dumbest man on earth. And it's so funny the way he says it, but yeah, poor Kev.
And you know what's crazy is, like, when the headlines came out, they're like, Kevin Hart in a wheelchair, right? It was such clickbait that it made you like, oh my God, what happened to Kevin? What happened? Right. But Kevin out there doing things that we did when we was young, like, I could beat you. No, you can't. You want to race right now? No, I'm too old for that. I'm not doing all that. Look. I'm hopping in my car, pulling off.
Well, he was. I think for him that was the pause button, or maybe God telling him to slow down.
Right.
Because he is a person that's always on the go, and even though we don't know him personally, but he's very open about his life on social media.
You don't know him?
And
I know him.
Not yet. But he's very open about his life on social media, so you know that he's always busy, he's always involved, he's always working so hard and hustling so hard. So he's very open about that. But that's probably he needed to slow down just a minute, because that's definitely a life-changing injury.
Yeah.
And a painful one for that matter.
Mia,
especially
at
44.
Yeah. Mia.
Especially, listen.
No, what you say, Mia?
No, I'm just saying at 44, things don't bounce back the same. So you got to be very careful.
They don't heal the same. They don't do anything. Mia, thank you so much for joining us. Can you come back next week, do it again?
I would love to.
You got it. Open door policy for Mia Mendez. My first mic up. Really appreciate you, girl. Tell people where they can find you on social.
Oh, absolutely. So my Instagram is just @Mia_Mendez. So @Mia_Mendez on Instagram. And then on Facebook, it's just @TotallyMia on FB. Totally Mia on FB.
Oh, and also we got to tell everybody, like, Mia is an amazing actress. You want to plug some of the movies you in?
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, so there's a couple. So Fourth Quarter, Boston to Philly, those are all some that are on Amazon Prime. Shout out to Split Second, Tim. And then also just recently, if you go on to BET Plus, there's a movie called Sisters with Columbus Short, Lil Mama. I have a role in there, and that's on BET Plus right now. And coming up, I would say in October sometime, I'll definitely post it on my social media when we have it secured. But there is a thriller/horror that I'm in called Beach Chain. So that'll be in October.
Love it, love it. Mia, thanks again for coming, stopping by, and keeping us abreast of everything that's happening in the entertainment world. And I'll see you next week.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
She's amazing. She's awesome. She's dope.
Awesome. Mia's great.
Yeah.
I like that a little addition
Look,
we had
right?
to Good Morning Wilmington.
Oh, shoot.
Always something new in the new Good Morning Wilmington.
And speaking of something new, are you interested in health and wellness? Well, today, Total Life Changes Mindset. Did I say it right?
Total Life Changes is the name of the organization.
Right.
And the person that is here representing that is a life-changing mindset coach called Sierra O'Brien. She is a visionary and someone here to talk about health, wellness. Welcome, Sierra.
Hey, Sierra.
Great morning, everybody. How are you guys?
Wonderful.
Wow.
You look lovely.
Thank you. So do you.
Oh my gosh.
Every time I see her, she come in here with workout uniform. She come in here today, like, this is what it is. This is what it's hitting for.
love
Look,
that.
I had to dress up for you guys today.
Oh, thank you. Well, Sierra, let's get right into it. Tell us a little bit about the 3 C's. I know that Labor Day weekend is coming up, and you have some very important suggestions and tips for everyone. So what are the 3 C's?
Absolutely. So summer is rapidly coming to an end, right? Fall is coming, and the 3 C's are going to really make it a September to remember. It's commit, cardio, and consume. So this is the 3 C's. I want you to commit to yourself. I want you to commit to your process, whatever that looks like, right? Commitment. Right? So commit. Do a little bit of cardio for your cardiovascular system, right? Go out for a walk, get on the treadmill that's been sitting in the corner for 2 years, right? A little bit of cardiovascular, and then consumption, right? Consume, you guys. Consume more fruits, more vegetables, 64 ounces of water, and I promise you, that will create a consistency, right? And consistency will create the confidence to the brand new you. So those are my 3 C's in the health and wellness space.
Damn, I like that.
Wow, and I love that we're able to provide this helpful advice, especially this weekend coming up, because I know that everyone's getting back into their everyday routine, new habits, right? We're beginning new habits as we change the season, we change into back to school.
Yeah.
So let's start with good habits, healthy habits, and I love the 3 C's. Did you come up with that yourself?
I did because it helped me. Again, this time of the year it gets colder. People, another C, get comfortable. They're more sedentary. They don't really get a lot of movement, and so those 3 things will help you to stay on track to a better you.
Excellent. So just to touch on another thing that I noticed, that you are the founder and visionary of One Dream, One Team, with a mission to bring hope, health, and happiness back in homes. What inspired you to start up this One Dream, One Team?
I was inspired through my own journey. Just 3 short years ago, being pre-diabetic, high blood pressure, I was 225 pounds. And so just going through my process and being able to, take control of my health again, I was really inspired. And after losing the 83 pounds and feeling better, I was just inspired to really bring to the community what was missing in mine. So bringing that hope, bringing that health, and bringing that happiness, not only into homes, but into people's hearts as well. And so I'm just on a mission in Delaware, all over the world really, but I was inspired through my own personal health challenges and losing my father to a heart attack. So I'm just very, very inspired, very passionate about health and wellness, and just super, super grateful to have had that vision to bring that to people.
Thank you, Sierra, for sharing that with us, because you are truly an inspiration to many. And it's important to share your stories because you never know who you're inspiring, uplifting. Someone that's watching Good Morning Wilmington today needed to see you, hear you, because they just needed that to bounce back. So thank you for your transparency and being honest. So how can someone maybe connect with you or reach out to you? Do you have a social media handle, website? Share it with all of us.
You can find me on Instagram at I am Coach Sierra. Facebook, you can find me Sierra O'Brien, or on my website, www.iamcoachsierra.com.
Thanks, Sierra. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, God. We didn't even start really get to the show yet. Right? And we got so much going on.
What a good show. What's going on around here? I love this. Are you watching? Do you see what's happening here?
Yeah.
We are elevating Good Morning Wilmington here at DETV to the next level. So you better stay following, stay tuned, and don't let go, because we're taking it up to the next level. We keep elevating.
Yeah, like, subscribe, and share. Boom. All right, I'm gonna introduce the first. We're gonna talk about who we have on the show.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say the first person, you say the second one.
Okay.
Cool?
Okay.
I have the one, the only, president of the Wilmington Urban League here, Jenn Thompkins, president, amazing, but most of all, sneakerhead. And I wish we had our shoe cam ready, but don't even worry about it because she didn't wear her sneakers today. But when you see her in the street, you are going to know her for what she got going on by her sneakers and the movement that she's making to the people. Boom.
Well, I can't wait to chat with Jennifer. I've actually had the opportunity to interview her before here at Good Morning Wilmington. I can't remember how long ago it was. Do you know I've been here for?
Her?
Yes, of course I do. From the Urban League of Delaware, I have had the opportunity to interview her here on Good Morning Wilmington. But I think it was a while ago. I just can't remember when.
How was the interview?
Amazing, amazing. I love her personality. So I was so excited that she's back on the show to share with us more about the Urban League of Delaware and obviously other very, very important information. Do you know I've been here for almost 2 years?
Has it been?
2 years.
Oh my God. Jeez, going on 3. And matter of fact, where's she at right now? Is she mic'd up? I want to bring her on. I want to bring her on real quick. Hurry up! Come on! No mic, hurry up! Come here. Come on, come here. Just come on, girl. Just stand right here. Just smile. Leave me with your mic hanging. That's what we do around here. I got this amazing. I'll let you introduce. What's your name?
Dr. Hubbard.
Dr. Hubbard had a book bag drive this weekend, yesterday, that we talked about earlier. They gave away 3,000 book bags.
Yes, it was amazing.
Wow, 3,000 book bags. That's 3,000 lives you were able to touch. Thank you for doing that.
Right.
So what, may I ask?
Go ahead, hurry up.
So
she's about the sneakers.
So may I ask, what inspired you to start this? I mean, start this giveaway, start this impact for the community. What inspired you?
Not forgetting where I came from. I'm from West Side, 5th and Madison, born and raised, and I know the struggle what it's like to not go to school with having new sneakers, clothes on your back, and the prices changed. I didn't even have a book bag. So
Okay, don't get into it, girl. Don't give it too much. All right, we're going to bring you back on the joint, okay?
Stay tuned.
All right, stay tuned. So we'll be right back after these messages. Thank you so much for following, subscribe, and all that great stuff. We'll be back with the sneakerhead, the president of the Wilmington Urban League of Delaware, Jenn Thompkins, and she brought her sneaks with her. I'm out of here. I'll see you when we get back.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
Still searching for cheap gas prices? Dump the pump and ride DART. You can Dart to your destination for only $4 all day. Let Dart do the driving while you enjoy our free Wi-Fi available on all buses statewide. While scrolling through your favorite apps, don't forget to download Dart's free transit app for real-time bus information and enjoy the convenience of contactless fare payment through Dart Pass. So what are you waiting for? Dump the pump and try transit. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
Welcome back to Good Morning Wilmington. It's your main man, Big Ive, and my beautiful co-host,
Vincenza.
So what did you think so far on the way we changed things up?
I love it. I love it. We're keeping it new. We're keeping it interesting. And you're keeping
fresh.
me on my toes, too.
Look, wait till we start have to really running around to get back on set.
Oh, my goodness.
But in spite of that, of our craziness around here, we brought in Jenn Thompkins, is the president of the Urban League here in Delaware. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to talk to her about, the reason why I wanted to bring her in, I wanted to talk to her about what the Urban League is doing. Mm-hmm. But most of all, we're celebrating the 60th anniversary of the march on the march on with Martin Luther King in Washington. And I want to hear about her experience and the Urban League's experience down in Washington. Thank you for coming. And I think I see you brought something with
Thank
us.
you for having me. Listen, I stay ready, so I don't have to get ready. Okay. So just brought my Panda Dunks here, just for everyone to see. And so I changed into some heels, but have those just for a visual pleasure.
Right.
So.
And that was one of the things, Jen, that when before I even met you, people was like, yo, they got a new president of the Urban League, and she's a sneakerhead. And then when you crossed the street that day, I was like, oh my gosh, she is.
Yeah.
I think she had like the retro 3s on and everything, had something else in the auction or whatever.
Well, how many sneakers do you own?
That's a good question. I would say I'm around like about 80 to 100 right now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
And you wear all of them?
I do. I wear all of my sneakers. I'm a huge proponent of wearing your sneakers, right? Just don't let them rot. Wear your sneakers. And it also, from a civil rights community activism standpoint, it definitely helps me to connect with the community. But then also young people, right?
Right.
And so if we can't talk about justice right now, let's talk about the latest sneaker release.
And then somehow we'll get adjusted.
There you go. And then,
And speaking of that, how did you get into that movement?
Absolutely. So that's a great question. So the Urban League movement really just kind of, you fall into it, right? But it's a good thing. And we always call it, it's a movement, right? And I always like to say, we are a movement and not a moment. And so constantly moving. And so the way I got into the movement, I was very active with the Urban League of Philadelphia. And so went through them as a consultant, also did some leadership development programming with them. But I would actually say this, Ivan, let me just go back a little bit. The first time I heard about the Urban League movement, I'm a historian. And so the first time I heard about the Urban League movement is when I was reading up about the movement. And I found that Coretta Scott, was given her first job, was given a job by the Urban League in Boston, right? And it was because of that job that she was able to afford to stay in Boston. And 2 months later, she met Dr. King.
Wow.
So I say, this country owes the Urban League a whole lot.
A whole lot.
Okay? A whole lot, even as we're celebrating the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington.
And let's stay there there for a minute, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of people live in Delaware and they're not familiar with the Urban League, right? Can you tell us exactly what the Urban League is and all that good stuff?
Absolutely. So the Urban League, at our core, we are a civil rights organization. We are a part of a national organization over 100 years old. The Urban League was actually founded in New York City by two suffragists who found that the city was swelling with migrants, right, from the South, African Americans who were moving from the South to the North or from rural communities to urban communities. And when they got to the urban communities, what do folks need, right? I need housing. So the Urban League did that, right? We need work. So workforce, right? Education, all of those things. So the Urban League, even today, is still doing those things. I like to say this, is that we are an organization that does advocacy, but we also do programming, right? And so at the same time that we are down in Leg Hall and fighting for legislation, well, there's folks knocking on our door and saying, hey, I need my rent paid next month, right?
Oh, wow.
Hey, I need to be able to navigate, how do I get into college?
Right.
How do I actually figure out a job so that I can support my family? So the Urban League, that's what makes us so special. We do both, right? And so here in the state of Delaware, we were founded 24 years ago by James Gilliam. And we actually started off as an advocacy organization. And as the years have gone on, and we've evolved also to include programming as well. And so everything that Urban League does, our mission is simply this. We are fighting and empowering folks so that they will secure and achieve economic empowerment, parity, and also civil rights.
Wow, so the Urban League is more than just its support, it's offering resources, education, no excuses. I mean, it offers so much more. And the fact that it has evolved so much from what it is today. So today specifically, today is the 28th of August, and that marks 60 years. Right?
Yep, of the March on Washington.
Right, March on Washington. Can you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. And so let me just start off by saying August 28th is also just a very important date in history as a whole, right? And so August 28th, we not only celebrate the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, but we also acknowledge this is the day in which Emmett Till, right, the catalyst for beginning the civil rights movement, that this is the day in which, unfortunately, he was murdered, right? This is, unfortunately, the day in which Hurricane Katrina made its first landfall, right? And we know the negative effects on the Black community down, our brothers and sisters in New Orleans and also in the Mississippi and even some in Texas, right? And so August 28th has had a special place in African American history. And so when we talk about the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, that march was put together not so much, and you'll hear folks say, well, marching doesn't accomplish anything. The march simply was a visual representation of what we wanted to fight for, right? We still find today that in comparison to whites, that Black wealth is only up $40,000 than it was in 1963. We also find that home ownership is actually down 3%, down from 30% in 1963 to 27% today, right? And so when we think about even celebrating the 60th anniversary, we call it a celebration, but it's a continuation, right? It's a continuation because these same issues that which we were fighting and marching for in 1963 exist today. And so we were just down there on Saturday, and it was about 100,000 folks who were down there at the mall. We had several speakers, including our National Urban League president, Mark Morial, and so I have my cool shirt here, Fight for Democracy. And so it's one of those things in which we have to continue again, in which I say the movement, right? It's, and so Coretta Scott King, one of my favorite folks in history, as I talked about her earlier, right? She says this, that victory, freedom must be won in every single generation, right? And so it's never fully won. We must fight for it and hold on to it in every single generation. So this past Saturday, the Metropolitan Wilmington Urban League was down in Washington, and we were fighting for this generation today to still have those freedoms.
What do you need from this generation to grow the Urban League, to give a damn more? Because like you said, you just sat here and gave us numbers that seem to be declining, right?
And they're significant.
And they're significant numbers, And we're talking about people's livelihoods. What do you need from the people in Delaware, the younger generation? What do you need?
Yeah, so it's simply this: get involved with the movement, right? Not everyone is going to be the person who's going to be down at Leg Hall. Not everyone is going to even be the person who's down in Washington, D.C. in 89-degree weather. Woo! Decide, right? Not everyone's going to be that, right? But some folks are going to be the folks who are in the corporate sector, right? Who can say, you know what? Maybe I'm not the person out there on the front lines, but I have access to the money that can help to support the movement. So I'm going to be able to make that connection, right? I may be the entrepreneur who may not, be out there on the picket lines, who may not have access to the big buckets of money. However, I can support within my pursuits, right? And so it's just about getting involved. Not only getting involved, but also know your history. Right. We're dealing with a situation right now in the state of Florida, and we just heard it was something horrible that happened there. Actually, on the 26th this past Saturday. A racially motivated killing, right? And so we understand that the fight has to continue to go on. And so, but we also have to know our history, right? And so I find it very ironic that this happened in the state of Florida, and it was racially motivated, but in the state in which they're trying to ban, the reason why it was racially motivated, right? And for people to learn this history. So it's about learning the history, learning it from a young age, and also holding on to it. But then also let us put the history in practice, right? Let us go out there and let us fight. Let us move, right? This great quote by Dr. Martin Luther King, right? And he says this: if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep on moving. And that's what I have to say. Keep on moving.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Now you got the keys to the building, right? Anytime you want to come by,
absolutely.
The Urban League want to come by, feel free, because we need to let people know more of what's going on in your office, right?
Absolutely.
To keep people connected to greatness, right?
Yes.
In the history.
And I will say this: they're very lucky to have you, because you are so passionate. And when I say passionate, you're speaking from the heart, and I feel that, the energy. And I don't know, I bet you the audience that's watching, they feel it too. But this is the second time I've had the opportunity to interview you.
Yes.
And consistency, we talked about at the beginning of the show, and you keep giving that. And Urban League of Delaware is very fortunate to have you, because you are a leader, a fearless leader.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for continuing to lead.
I heard a quote today, right? The quote, and the quote was, if you want to do something great, you have to be obsessed. Right? You have to be obsessed.
That's right.
Thank you for that.
Why are you obsessed?
Why am I obsessed with this movement?
Yes.
Because I've seen what it could do. Right? I've seen the movement in which a Whitney Young, who is our past national president, right, can be able to talk to the federal government and be able to bring resources into the community,
That's
right?
right.
I've seen it give the Coretta Scotts jobs, right, so that they can go into their destiny, right? I've seen it with young people going off to college. I've seen it with those who might have been returning citizens or justice involved, right, who said, you know what, now I was once them, but now I'm an activist because I now know because of the league, right? And so what I love to say is, because of the league, we want that narrative. Because of the league, I now am going to college. Because of the league, I now know my rights. Because of the league, I'm a homeowner. Because of the league, I'm able to essentially achieve economic empowerment. And so that's the reason why it works. It works. So
all right, 10 seconds. This is your camera here.
Okay.
Invite to be part of the Urban League. Go.
Yes, please join the movement. I just don't want you to talk about the movement, but join the movement. We do have several membership categories. You can become an investor in the movement. You can become part of our young professionals or a part of our guild. Those are both our auxiliary movements, in which we call them the foot soldiers of the movement. And we have a new membership category for youth, just for $10. Join the movement. Join the movement.
Thank you, Jenn.
Thank you, Jenn.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank
my gosh, I got so many ideas floating in my head with the Urban League that we can do. But anyhow, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with some other great things that happened in Wilmington this weekend. All right, and a special organization that you need to know about and be a part of.
The American dream of homeownership is very much alive, but the effects of COVID are still being felt in families across our state, from Sussex County to Wilmington, and with each passing month, they are facing foreclosure and homelessness. If you are at least 30 days behind in your mortgage, the Delaware Mortgage Relief Program may be able to help. Every Delaware homeowner is eligible for up to $40,000 in mortgage assistance to help bring you current on your monthly payments. So don't wait. To apply for the Delaware Mortgage Relief Program, call 888-303-4324 or visit demortgagehelp.com. Act fast to save your home, yourself, and your family.
A new beginning, a second chance. Call it what you want, but this is what never giving up looks like. This is what finding someone who believes in you looks like. I thought Goodwill was just a store until a friend told me about Train to Gain through Goodwill's Job Resource Center. After 5 years away, I had a lot of self-doubt and fear about my future. But Goodwill had my back, and today, I love where I work. They matched me with an employer who believes in second chances, and now I have a new start thanks to Goodwill.
To learn more about Goodwill's career development opportunities, call today.
Still searching for cheap gas prices? Dump the pump and ride DART. You can DART to your destination for only $4 all day. Let DART do the driving while you enjoy our free Wi-Fi available on all buses statewide. While scrolling through your favorite apps, don't forget to download DART's free transit app for real-time bus information and enjoy the convenience of contactless fare payment through DART Pass. So what are you waiting for? Dump the pump and try transit. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Looking to jumpstart your teaching career in Delaware? And make up to $50,000 with full benefits? Then look no further than Kingswood Early Learning Academy, where you can make a difference and earn the salary you deserve.
Welcome back. I hope you're enjoying Good Morning Wilmington. Today's show has been freaking amazing. Can you agree?
I love it. I love the energy on set today. I love the flow. I love our guests. I love all the amazing people we get to have on the show. But we have one more. Tell them, Ivan.
Up next, Dr. Daniece Hubbard-Brown from the, I want to make sure I get this right, so I'm going to read it off your shirt. The Ultimate Scholastics Staffing Solutions. Gave over 3,000 book bags away this weekend at an amazing event at the Powell Center.
Wow.
Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Wow.
All right, I gotta hear Doctor. Is she like? She looked like she like 25.
I didn't get that.
Yes.
So please forgive me, Doctor.
Yes.
I didn't get that note. So Dr. Daniece Hubbard, right?
Yes.
Dr. Daniece Hubbard.
Yes.
Please tell us a little bit about yourself and the organization.
A little bit about myself. I am 33. September, it's Virgo season.
Virgo month?
Yes, I'll be 34 September 9th. So that's my birthday. I'm born and raised, I'm from Wilmington, Delaware.
Okay.
And I just want to give back. I got a heart of gold and I just want to give back to my community. And this is my company called Us. It's called Us because I'm for us and for my people and for my community.
Right.
And I staff currently the state of Delaware school systems and substitutes.
Get out of here.
Yes, substitutes. So if the teachers call out of work, they call
They
us.
call you.
Yes.
Really?
And then a part of your mission is to make sure that you just don't staff, but you're giving back to the community.
Giving back to the community, and my mission statement is to bridge the gap between the educational system and the community.
Okay.
The goal for my contractors is to gain employment with the school system. It's no golden secret. You can go into these schools, give hard work, and obtain a job.
Right.
The whole state.
The whole state, all the way to Dewey Beach.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
How long have you been doing this?
So this is my 3rd year anniversary. So
congratulations.
I'm going year 3. So I've been in business for 3 years.
How's it going?
It's going good. Business. It's like I wake up every day. I still pinch myself because I'm like, oh my God, I'm really growing. So I'm growing. My next goal is to go to Maryland and to New Jersey. So I'm growing.
And you will.
I speak it in existence. I speak it in existence.
So let's talk about this weekend, right? This weekend, and this is not your first idea of giving back to the community, right?
This is not my first.
Exactly. See what I mean? It's just like this is what I do, right? Question number 1: why do you do it?
I do it because I love my community, and I want to give. I just want to give. It's no dollar sign in anything I do, so I just do it just for fun, and just I love it, and I love to put smiles on faces. And my big mentor is my father, Christopher Purnell. He is the director of the Wilmington Powell. Like every day I look at him, he gives me motivation. So
yeah.
So that's
Good
why I
dude.
hold it at the PAL.
Good dude.
Okay.
Good dude.
All right, tell us about the event specifically.
Okay.
Obviously, it was held at the PAL
So
Center.
a lot of our sponsors, my goal is to get the community together, to bridge the gap, get the community together, because you see a lot of back to school events all over the world, one over this side of town. No, I don't want that. My goal, my long-term goal is to have it under one roof.
Right.
We should not have to do them all over.
Right.
Let's get everybody together so we can, so one person, like, they had one at the library, which was amazing, but if we put that on top of my 3,000 book bags, we'll have how many book bags?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
3,300.
Yeah.
So that's try to get everyone together. It's no I in team. I think we
Right.
should be one.
Yeah.
And then just seeing smiles on faces. So.
Yeah, and the smiles on faces change you.
That
right?
changed me.
And if you look through the pictures, it's just, those kids had a great time, you know, and it makes kids believe that they're special. And it's true.
Yes.
They are special. And when, you know, I joke a lot about, you know, hearing about the song, The Children Are the Future, but that's the same, it's the truth. When we were growing up, you grew up on Fifth,
and
right?
Madison.
Fifth and Madison. I grew up over South Bridge, and those were people that were giving back to us, that put something in us, the DNA in us for who we are today. So I get it. So what else what's next for you and your
What's
company?
next for me and my company? I want to take over. I'm headed for Amazon.
Okay. Talk to me. All right. What's that?
Amazon. Well, I want to bridge and work with Amazon. I want to staff them. So that's my goal. That's my next mission. I want to take it to the top.
Where you get this drive from?
It's unstoppable.
Her dad.
My dad,
Yeah.
but it's unstoppable.
I love
and
that.
I'm never going back to where I came from.
Oh, wow.
So that's my biggest thing. I'm never going back. And other than book bags, we gave out food. All Gods, that's another organization in Wilmington. They was there with Food Bank of America. They was giving out food. A lot of other organizations, Results Tutoring, they tutor. So they was there. Eastside Charter was there.
I saw a guy giving out tablets. He was giving out tablets and cell phones.
He was giving out tablets and cell phones. So people left with tablets and cell phones, with clothes. So I kind of go through my old clothes and give it back, you know. And
kids was leaving with brand new pairs of sneakers.
A person came up to me and said, she was just crying. She was like, thank you, because I had nothing for my child. And she was really happy. So, child went to school, won't be teased or bullied.
Come on, talk to him. It's so crazy that when you know the community that we come from, and who we are today, that we can give back, and it means so much to someone that's in need. It means so much. If you could give a message to people that are listening right now that don't know you, right, and you want to put something on their heart to give, what would you say?
My favorite message would be, don't give up, keep going. And my quote that I use, I listen to Whitney Houston every morning, didn't know my own strength. And I didn't know my own strength. Like, I know it now. And the sky is the limit.
That's right.
So keep going.
We have nothing but capeless superheroes on this show, and I freaking love it.
And I love that
Thank you for
all of
having
them
me.
give back because you are inspiration, you are leaders, and you're giving back, and we're setting the bar.
Yeah.
You know, we're setting the standard, and we're leading by example, and you are doing that by leading by example.
Thank you.
And hats off to your dad.
Yes.
Too,
he
for
raised
being
it-
leading
all
by
girls.
example.
All girls.
Really?
All
How many
girls.
siblings?
I have 3 younger sisters, and they look up to me. So it's like, I can't mess up. I'm like, oh my God. But my sisters look up to me, and she was there. Her organization's called Butterfly Baddies. So I'm happy she'll be at Stanford Middle School too. So she'll be talking to those kids. And other than the community schools, we partner with other schools like Tower Hill, Stanford, Salesiana. So we partner with other schools as well as the urban city schools.
Love it.
So
all right, this is your camera right here. Right? She ready. Go ahead. Give him your commercial.
Ultimate Scholastic Staffing Solutions. We taking over. Join the movement. We're keep empowering. And also you can log on to our website, uss.com, and we're hiring. Every Wednesday, come to the PAL Center on the spot interviews.
Love it. Where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram, Ultimate Scholastic Staffing Solution. I'm only on Instagram.
When's the next event? Do you have plans for the next event already?
No,
all right,
right now.
As soon as you find out, make sure you let us know.
Okay, we're growing, so
real
we'll let you know.
fast.
Christmas is coming.
I know that's right. They're giving me the sign because that means the cooking show is about to come next.
Okay.
Come up next.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
I
you.
really
Really
appreciate it. Thank
Really,
you.
thank you.
All right, I think that's the end of it, Vincenza.
I know, another great show.
Another sneakerhead. Look.
Right.
I see the
love
orange.
it. Love the sneakers.
This is our colors, Virginia State University.
That's where you grad. That's your alum.
Yes, I'm in Virginia State.
Oh.
HBCU, we week is coming here.
All right, we got to talk about that.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that. They give me the airline signal, like, close it down. All right, first of all, here at DETV, we'd like to give our condolences to the families and the community in Florida. We keep you in our prayers, and we keep you uplifted with nothing but good thoughts and positive energy through this tragedy.
Yes.
All right, we out of here?
Yes, we're out of here. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you for everyone joining us here. Good Morning Wilmington at DETV. Please make sure that you continue to give back and remind each other and hold each other very close that we have to be supportive, be kind, and continue to uplift. So thank you for joining us.